typical couple named Jesse and David once had a normal home life and were as happy as could be since they were expecting to give birth to a beautiful daughter. But then, Benji, the family dog, underwent a drastic change, refusing to let the baby sleep alone and incessantly barking when separated. David, realizing the gravity of the situation, promptly called the police, leading to a shocking revelation. Our goal for this video is to reach 8,000 likes, so please like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Welcome to Wonderbot Animals. In anticipation of Jesse's long-awaited pregnancy, a cloud of uncertainty hung over their home. Jesse and David hoped that their family dog, Benji, would embrace the new addition. However, as they delved into horror stories about dogs rejecting new family members, the couple found themselves hoping not to face a tough decision about Benji's place in their expanding family. Initially, they were optimistic, believing that their lovable dog Benji would never act aggressively toward their child. However, things took a turn when Benji, upon realizing Jesse's pregnancy, started barking persistently at her belly. His behavior indicated disapproval of the pregnancy, and Jesse was unsettled by the dog's level of aggression. Baffled and worried about Benji's unusual behavior, the couple sought answers. They wondered if Benji felt threatened or sensed something wrong with the baby. To find clarity, Jesse urged David to take Benji to the vet, wanting to ensure the dog's well-being before making a tough decision. This choice was difficult for them, recognizing that if necessary, they might have to reluctantly part ways with Benji to prioritize the safety of their newborn. Unfortunately, the visit to the vet did not provide any answers about the mystery surrounding Benji's behavior. The vet carefully examined Benji, confirming that the dog was physically healthy. However, she suggested that Benji might be sensing something related to the baby and recommended that David take Jesse to the hospital for further investigations. Upon receiving this news, Jesse, overwhelmed with fear, burst into tears, fearing that Benji's behavior hinted at a troubling truth about the baby. Gathering her courage, she contacted her doctor, who advised her to go to the hospital right away. Seeking support, Jesse called her friend, Anne, who had been a constant companion during her pregnancy, always there to show support for Jesse and David in their time of need. As expected, Anne arrived promptly, and the two were granted immediate entry to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor conducted thorough medical tests, including an ultrasound to ensure the well-being of both Jesse and the baby. Despite these extensive examinations, the couple remained in the dark, still searching for answers. Overwhelmed with emotion, Jesse collapsed at home, unable to stop crying, torn between the love for her child and the loyalty to Benji. Anne, offering solace, assured Jesse of her continuous support, promising to be her nanny when they couldn't be home. This assurance gave Jesse some comfort, knowing that Benji would be taken care of. A few weeks later, Jesse gave birth to a beautiful baby girl named Lily. Despite the initial weeks of seeming calm, Benji's behavior became unpredictable. While Jesse and David were at home taking care of Lily, Benji's strange behavior persisted. However, when they returned to work, Anne's distressing calls revealed a more concerning situation. Benji adamantly refused to let Lily sleep alone, showing overprotective behavior that intensified when separated from the baby. Initially thinking Benji was just being affectionate, David's perspective changed when Anne reported an aggressive incident after separating Benji from Lily. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, David understood that Benji needed discipline for his overly protective actions. As he was very troubled by the situation, David returned to the vet, seeking guidance on Benji's behavior. The vet presented David with a choice. The vet said that David could either take Benji to a shelter or decide to delve into the root cause of his actions, as the vet was suspecting an underlying issue. Feeling offended by the vet's insinuation that they might be the problem, David hesitated. However, he couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Benji's behavior. Reluctantly, David agreed to investigate further, questioning whether he and Jesse were truly to blame. In an attempt to understand the dynamics between Benji and Lily, they observed them closely. Despite Lily's affection for Benji and vice versa, a peculiar pattern emerged. Whenever David tried to put Lily to sleep, Benji insisted on staying by her side. David tolerated the situation until a distressing call from Anne revealed a bite incident. After some thought, David noticed that Benji's odd behavior mostly occurred when Anne was around, calming down when she was absent. Convinced that Anne might be the cause, David shared his suspicion with Jesse, who advised him to stay calm. However, as Benji continued to resist leaving Lily alone at night, David began to wonder if Anne could indeed be the problem. Jesse suggested a smart solution: installing cameras around the house to observe Benji's interactions with Lily and to monitor Anne during the day. This method promised to provide more insights into the puzzling situation. Despite Anne's hesitance and doubt about the cameras, David sensed her discomfort with the idea. Her probing questions only deepened David's suspicion, making him question her trustworthiness. Now, after reviewing the initial recordings, nothing appeared wrong. However, Benji's heightened vigilance towards Anne suggested a lack of trust. Determined to find the truth, David confronted Anne without Jesse's knowledge, expressing his anger and accusing her of harming Lily. Caught off guard, Anne vehemently denied any harmful intentions, firing back at David for implicating her. The argument intensified until Jesse arrived, shocked and angered by David's accusations against her best friend. Jesse issued an ultimatum. David needed to resolve the situation promptly or part ways with Benji. As David examined the night images, he discovered a crucial piece of information. Benji's peculiar behavior was consistently happening during the night. Realizing that the recordings mysteriously disappeared each night, David decided to take action by creating encrypted backups. The next day, as he eagerly reviewed the stored recordings, David's suspicions were confirmed. The footage from the baby's room revealed something unsettling: an intruder entering through the window. Overwhelmed with shock, David's heart raced as he continued examining the images. The gravity of the situation hit him, and he recognized the urgency of contacting the police before matters spiraled out of control. After informing the police about the alarming discovery, they assured David that a significant number of officers would be dispatched to his residence. Sirens wailed outside as David called Jesse to come home. Upon witnessing the images, Jesse was overcome with shock and fell to her knees. When the first police officer arrived, further disbelief set in at the canine's apparent understanding. The officer commended David on having such an observant dog, prompting an internal realization that David had failed in his duty to protect his daughter. As more police cars arrived, a dozen officers questioned to shock David and Jesse. The couple faced the harsh reality of the situation as the agents uncovered disturbing details. The shocking revelation that the unsettling events had started during Jesse's pregnancy hit them hard, making them realize they had trusted the wrong people. After viewing the footage, the police commended Benji for uncovering a potential threat. They were increasingly interested in Anne's role in the household situation, prompting David to share everything he knew. Concerned about Anne's whereabouts, the officers tried to reach her, but their attempts proved futile. They pressed Jesse urgently for every detail she could provide. Benji's vigilant behavior persisted as officers entered the room, emphatically barking toward a particular section of the wall, signaling something amiss. Without consulting David or Jesse, the officers swiftly used a sledgehammer, revealing a concealed compartment behind the wall. Within this hidden space, they found a safe that required a professional safecracker's expertise. Simultaneously, investigative agents delved into Anne Anderson's background, making a shocking discovery. Anne was a fictitious entity with no traceable presence in any database. As the safecracker completed his task, Benji's continued vigilance suggested acute awareness of the situation. The impending revelation from the safe promised to shed light on the mysterious and troubling circumstances surrounding Anne's fabricated identity. In the concealed compartment within the safe, the officers found a trove of incriminating evidence: money, jewelry, documents, and passports. As one of the passports was opened, Jesse exclaimed, "That's Anne." Then the truth hit them. Anne, the person they thought they knew, was actually an international spy named Elizabeth Holmes. Wanted in 17 countries for espionage, Elizabeth had insinuated herself into Jesse and David's lives because of David's pivotal position as the director of a national security company. Unbeknownst to them, David had unintentionally become a target. Elizabeth's motive was apparent. She aimed to leak sensitive information to a rival company. Her efforts to delete recordings and hack into David's computer were foiled by Benji, the vigilant family dog. Recognizing the threat, Benji had acted to safeguard Lily and expose the espionage plot. The officers praised David for having such an astute and protective companion. As the truth was unraveled, David and Jesse were left to grapple with the profound implications of the espionage plot that had entangled their lives. The couple sought solace in the fact that Benji had been a steadfast and loyal guardian of Lily.